I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam? The stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, for the ramparts we watch, were so gallantly streamed. And the rockets were clear, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave? For the land of the free and the home of all free.
Good morning, everyone. Happy Thursday to all. Okay, I do have a word of the day I'd like to share with everyone, and today's word of the day is eleemosynary. Eleemosynary means of, relating to, or supported by charity. She used her inheritance to establish and fund several eleemosynary institutions. And my thought of the day is be yourself. Everyone else is already taken. You shouldn't try to be somebody else. Always be yourself. Okay, so February is Black History Month. And I know that Ms. Faison sent you some emails and I sent you some emails, some resources and that you can use to celebrate Black History Month for the month of February. So the theme this year for 2023 is Black resistance. African Americans have resisted historic and ongoing oppression in all forms, especially the racial terrorism of lynching, racial pogroms, and police killings since our arrival upon these shores. These efforts have been to advocate for a dignified, self-determined life in just democratic society in the United States and beyond in the United States political jurisdiction. In the 1950s and 70s, the United States was defined by actions such as sit-ins, boycotts, walkouts, strikes by Black people and white allies in the fight for justice among discrimination in all sectors of society, from employment to education to housing. Black people have constantly pushed the United States to live up to its ideals of freedom, liberty, and justice for all. Systematic oppression has sought to negate much of the dreams, like Langston Hughes and Zora Neale Hurston, and our freedom fighters like Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., Septima Clark, and Fannie Lou Hamer fought to realize Black people have sought ways to nurture and protect Black lives and for autonomy of their physical and intellectual bodies through armed resistance, voluntary immigration, nonviolence, education, literature, sports, media, and legislation, politics. Black-led institutions and affiliations have lobbied, litigated, legislated, protested, and achieved success. And that is the theme for 2023 for Black History Month. Okay, so a couple of things. There is a Black History essay contest. And the prompt and you do have this, teachers, I sent this to you. Hold on, I'm gonna make this a little bigger so I can see it. Okay, so the essay format, 1 to 2 pages, 150 words for grades K through 2nd. And 1 to 2 pages, 250 words for grades 3 through 5, 2 to 5 pages, 500 words for grades 6 to 12, Essays may be written in informal or formal voice, but most importantly, an individual voice should be evident. Essays must be the original unpublished work of one student. On the top 2 essays from each school can be submitted. All essays must have a title. All essays must be written in English. Essays should be typed in 12-point font, easily readable like Times New Roman and double spaced. And a cover page must be included with the following information: student's full name and ID number, grade level, school's full name, principal's full name, teacher's full name, teacher at teachersdayatschools.net email address, and teacher's best contact number. The deadline is Friday, February 24th. That is the deadline, Friday, February 24th. And again, teachers, you do have this information. It was sent to you. If you need it again, let me know. The kindergarten through 3rd grade essay prompt is: our schools rely on students to resist doing the wrong things and do the right things. Here are 2 examples. I resisted the temptation to look at my friend's test to find the answer to a question that I didn't know, because that would be cheating, and cheating is wrong. My friends and I bonded together and formed a resistance against older students who were bullying some of our friends by telling older students that they were doing was wrong, unfair, and unjust. Think about these examples and others to explain to your reader the power that people can have when they work together to resist something that is unfair. And that's kindergarten through 3rd grade. That's the prompt. For grades 4 and 5, the prompt is: research the meaning of the word resistance. When used as a noun or an adjective, also research the meaning of the verb resist. Now explain to your reader why you think a group of people could encourage positive change in society by creating resistance against something. Review this year's Black History theme, Black Resistance. And for grades 6, 7, and 8, read the description of this year's Black History theme, Black Resistance, and research 1 or 2 of the artists, songwriters, poets who created examples of art, and explain to your reader how their work contributed to Black resistance movements throughout U.S. history. Cite sources as appropriate. Okay, so that is the 2023 Black History Essay Contest Guidelines. Okay, there is another contest that you can enter, and this is from the state of Florida. There is an art contest that you can. Teachers, again, I sent you this information. Student artwork must be original, created by one student. Artwork may not be drawn from any existing artwork, must measure 8.5 by 11. You can use drawing, you can use pencil, ink, crayon, painting, pastel, watercolor, spray paint, oils, etc. So this is another contest that you can enter. So I did send you that too, and it'll the information. If you have any questions about that, please let me know. And that is for Black History Month. And I know that Ms. Faison and the Black History Committee are working on some great ideas so we can educate and learn and celebrate Black History Month. Okay, don't forget, we're having our book drive, new books for ages 0 to 17 from January 30th to February 10th. So if you're in kindergarten, 1st grade, donate it to Miss Laverty, room 117, 2nd grade, Miss Dorset, room 223, 3rd grade, Miss Remington, room 219, 4th grade, Miss Marrero, room 337, and 5th, 6th, and 7th grade to Miss Chavez in room 321. That is a great cause. It is all going to Joe DiMaggio Children's Hospital. And this is from the National Junior Honor Society and Miss McBride. If you have any questions, you can contact Miss McBride about that. There will be an FEA meeting on February 10th at 8 a.m. in room 204. Again, an FEA meeting on February 10th at 8 a.m. in room 204. So if you're in FEA, please make sure you attend that meeting. Okay, so again, here's all the art club students, all the students that were chosen in the lottery system. It's very, very important if you were chosen to be in art club, that you pay the $20 on OSB in the portal. If you do not pay, Miss Asman is going to pick other students. So please make sure that you pay right away. Today is the deadline actually to pay. So when you go home today, make sure you tell your parents that they need to pay. Otherwise, you will not be involved in art club. So really important. Again, here's the name. So congratulations to the students for making it into art club. That is awesome. Okay, so it is Throwback Thursday, and I'm going to start a series on old time playground equipment that does not exist really anymore. This was a great thing in the playground. Probably a little dangerous. That's why it doesn't exist anymore, but it was a lot of fun. You would sit on here and somebody would just spin you around, spin you around, spin you around. And it was super, it has lots of names to it. Some people call it a merry-go-round. Some people call it a roundabout. It has lots of different names. So this is a piece of playground equipment pretty popular in the 70s and 80s. Okay, today is also Groundhog's Day, and I have a little video to share with all of you.
February 2nd is Groundhog Day. That's when thousands of people travel to Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania, or tune in on TV and online to watch a groundhog named Phil forecast the weather. Is it time for spring, or will we have 6 more weeks of winter? Punxsutawney Phil gives us the answer. But how? The idea of Groundhog Day began in Europe with the legend of Candlemas Day, also celebrated on February 2nd. According to the legend, if Candlemas Day is bright and clear, there'll be 2 more winters in the year. The people believed that if an animal, usually a badger or bear, cast a shadow on Candlemas Day, then 6 more weeks of winter would follow. But if it was overcast and the animal didn't make a shadow, then spring was on its way. In the early 1800s, German settlers coming to Pennsylvania brought traditions like Candlemas Day with them. The settlers decided that the groundhog was the perfect animal for the job of weather predictor and renamed Candlemas Groundhog Day. So now, if Phil sees his shadow, we get 6 more weeks of winter. Anyway, that's what the legend says. Groundhog Day has become a media spectacle. People from all over the world come to watch Punxsutawney Phil pop out of his burrow to predict if spring will come sooner or later. Do you believe in the legend of Groundhog Day?
Okay, so very exciting. So research it and tell your teacher, find out did he see his shadow or did he not see his shadow? So research that and find that out. Okay, that is all my announcements. We're continuing with iReady testing and continuing with WIDA testing. Please keep in mind that iReady testing is happening in the Media Center, and it will be happening for the rest of the month. So please keep that in mind. That is all my announcements, and I hope that everybody has a great day today. Thank you for watching WEXP News. Have fun exploring today.